Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to bring you an interesting topic slash question that was kind of broached when I did the reseller hangout with the Cauldron of Collectible girls, Izzy and Bella. We got on the topic of items that you thrift or garage sale or estate sale auction, whatever, things that you pick up that have had a life before they have come to you. Do these things carry like shadows or hints of their previous lives and owners with them? So are you inheriting or are you buying and bringing home things that still have lingering spirits? Do you want to say spirits? So yeah, the reason I started talking about or thinking about this, I talked to those girls in one of the, I'll put a link to the hangout up above. We were discussing that, and we got on the topic of ghosts and things because why not? You're a reseller, why not talk about ghosts? And I have had some ghostly experiences in my home. And so we got onto the subject of ghosts. And as many of you know, I am managing selling a lot of my grandmother's things. And I have a lot of her things. There have been some ghostly things happen here at home that are unexplained. And then, so let me get into that part of it. And then I'll tell you the second part. How about that? Let me just jump right in. So I frequently, the light in my bedroom will just turn on, just randomly, but normally it happens in the middle of the night. It doesn't happen in the middle of the day. It happens in the middle of the night. So, and we have one of those that it's a push button, so at first I thought, well, maybe you're pushing the button and it doesn't like push all the way and so it pops back out. But then there's a power button on the bottom and you can push the power button to turn it all the way off. So this happens and then it makes a beep-doop sound. So you hear this beep-doop and then the lights pop on, right? So one, that happens frequently. Well, actually not very frequently. That happens from time to time. It would probably be more comforting if it happened more frequently, like this is just a glitch in the system. But let me tell you this, it happens randomly for one, but for two, every single time my husband is out of town and I am in bed alone. Yeah. So I think it actually happened in a video one time. I was shooting a video. I've got to see if I can figure out which one it was in. And like I'm doing the video and then all of a sudden like the fan turned on. Like and the fan went on. I was like, okay guys, seriously, the fan just went on. So yeah, so there's that. And then I have like I said, a lot of my grandmother's possessions, but in the bedroom, I have a little doll, like with a porcelain face. It was one of three that I decided to keep that my grandmother painted. So she had painted these dolls, and when my brother and I were children, we were playing with them, and we were not supposed to be playing with them. We were playing with them, and we accidentally clonked two of their little heads together, and they're porcelain. So the little one of their porcelain heads broke. And so, yeah. So anyway, I've kept this one little doll because it reminds me of that story, and it's like the only time I ever remember my grandmother being angry with me. And so maybe like this little doll is holding on to anger things, but I don't know why. I just kept it. So anyway, it's sitting on my dresser. I'll show you. And so I'm wondering, like, is that it? Like, is that like what's like holding that energy? It's super weird. So anyway, at an auction, I bought 3 vintage Ouija boards. And they're really old, vintage. I'll clip in a little pop. So, second part of the story. Bought the 3 vintage Ouija boards, thinking nothing of it, right? And the girls, Cauldron of Collectible girls, said something to me about it. And then Tanya's been telling me, you got to get those things out of the house. You need to put them in the garage. Don't leave them in your house. And I'm like, no, I don't believe in all that. No. I know. So anyway, I've been cleaning up in my workroom, and of course I have not listed them yet because I just stockpiled things, and I don't. Anyway, so I've been cleaning up in the room, and I came across them again in the box. I was like, oh, there they are. Well, the next day, I was sitting at the kitchen table listing, and we have these 2 recliners, and now I do have 2 cats. Preface this: I do have 2 cats, and one of the recliners just randomly started rocking. Not like gently rocking, but like violently rocking. And I was home alone with my 2 cats. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. One of my cats is like this big, and she's teeny weeny, and I was like, for sure it wasn't Leia because she's tiny. So then I thought, okay, well maybe Luke was on it, and Luke jumped off of it, because he's a big boy. So but all this happened in my head like that. Like, okay, Leia, no, Luke, where? And I'm looking around, there's no Luke. So then I look behind me, and Luke is in the kitchen behind me, eating from his cat bowl. So then I'm looking at this pink chair going, what happened? Why, rocking like, not even like somebody got up, like more rocking than that. So I feel like I should have like a flashlight. Go story time. So anyway, okay, so I say to myself, I'm not even going to think about that, because I'm thinking to myself, if I start thinking about it, or if I give it some sort of credence, then more crazy stuff like that's going to happen. So I just said, I'm not thinking about that chair, and I, out loud, I'm not thinking about that chair. Yeah. So then I see Tanya the next day, and I tell her about it. And again, she's saying, you've got to get those Ouija boards listed, lot them up, get rid of them, get them out of there. So I said, okay, I will do that today. So today, this happens today, I went to the room, my workroom, where the Ouija boards are, to get them out to take pictures of them. I couldn't open the door. Let me say that again. I couldn't open the door. The door wouldn't open, okay? So the door has just like a doorknob, and there's no lock on it on either side. So I'm turning it, and it's like not turning. And then I take my hand off of it, and I'm like, okay. I do it again, and then boom, it opens. But like that, it opens. Like, so I'm like, okay. I'm gonna get these Ouija boards. I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna take their pictures and get them listed. Now, again, I have these 2 cats, and anytime, because the Ouija boards are big and they won't fit in my box, my light box, I take a sheet. This is my MO. I take a big sheet and I lay it over the end of the bed or the back of the couch. And today I did it over the back of the couch in the living room because there was more light. So I laid it out, and the thing with the cats is, they like to come and mess with it. No matter what, they're like, yay, it's playtime. So normally Luke will try to get behind it where it's made a little tent, and he goes bananas back there, and Leia's like coming around to see what you got, every single time. So I lay out the sheet, and I start putting the Ouija boards out, and they both start coming. They both stop at the edge of the sheet and stop. And I was like, I was ready to start like you do to the cats to get them to like go, but then they just stopped. I was like, okay. So I started looking for my measuring tape. I'm looking around, thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to turn around and shoo them away. I turn around. Leia has now way over, like, because we have hardwoods, and then in the hallway there's a carpet. She has moved herself over there and is sitting on the edge of she's not even on the hardwood anymore. She's sitting on the edge of the carpet looking. Like this, not like entering into the living room. Luke has backed up, but he's still like looking like at the sheet and where the Ouija boards are laid out. And he's just looking like this, like cats do, like this. And so I'm taking the pictures, and again, still expecting him to come. He starts walking over, and then he just kind of plops down and sits, like lays down next to the sheet. But I'm not kidding, like, so unlike him, because he is, every single time, not even sometimes, every single time I pull the sheet out, he is back behind it like that and is like trying to play with it, and I have to remove him from the room. He can't be in the room when I do it. He's that just distracting, but he didn't. He just sat there the whole time while I took these pictures, and that was it. Like, they didn't want anything to do with it. However, I will say, I don't think they were scared, because when I, gathered them all up and like everything, they didn't like, whoo, like, oh my gosh. So he was like, whatever. And then when I had to walk past Leia sitting on the carpet to get them back into the room, to put them up. And she didn't move. Like, she stayed in her seating spot, but she just watched me go by like so, no big deal. So at least I don't think that they're scary spirits, if there's any sort of residual something there. I don't know what else to make of that. So let me know. I'm going to put a poll, okay? Because I just learned about these poll things and I'm just loving them. So I'm going to put a poll question up, and I've got to figure out, is it up here or up here? I'm going to pull a poll question up there, and I'm going to ask you your opinion. Do you think that objects that you inherit or thrift or bring home that have had a life before you can possibly hold residual energy from their previous owners or lives? Let me know what you think, because I was dubious before, but now I'm not so sure. That rhymes, so it's true. But seriously, I would like to know what you think about that. And if you've ever experienced anything like that. Okay. Here's what I want to do. This will be so much fun. Here's what I want to do. If you're comfortable, share a story. You can send me a picture. You can send me an audio clip. Or if you want, shoot a little video of yourself talking about the item, or send me a picture of the item and tell me about it. And I want to compile like another video with your stories, because I think that there are people that will find that so fascinating. So if you're comfortable, now if you send it to me, I'm gonna share it, unless you specifically say, okay, but just don't tell anybody, okay? Because it's too scary or too freaky. I don't want to know. I don't want people to. But I think that would be so much fun, don't you? Okay, so send it to my texasgaltreasures@gmail.com email, and I'll compile it. Like, so send me those stories, right? How fun would that be? It's like making a book compilation, but a video book compilation. Is that a thing? A book. We'll make a book of them. I don't think that sounds right. We'll have to come up with a word for it, where it's creating a whole new thing. We want your stories about items that you think you have inherited or thrifted that have weird energies to them. Oh my gosh, I'm going to give myself nightmares. Okay, but it'll be fun. Okay, cool. I'm excited. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I can't wait to hear your stories and to see your items. Yes, and to share them back with everybody, because how awesome. Okay. All right. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure to go out and enjoy yourselves. I'll talk to you later. Bye.